Hey guys, we'll wait until everybody gets here. Let me put this up on my iPad here so I make sure we're all here for Tech Talk Thursday. It's going to be a good one today as we get people coming in. Do me a favor, when you come in, just tell me where you're from. We are going to be giving away the Mobiscribe at the end of the show today. So just let me know where you're from as you come in. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on YouTube. Make sure it's broadcasting properly here. So let me go up to YouTube and make sure we've got signal. Again, let me see if we've got some people coming in and see if this thing is working. So I'm going to go to YouTube. Let me make sure we are working. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hello, hello. Okay, we got a like there, so we are live. Okay, so people are seeing this. Thank you. So we're just going to give it a minute, and we're going to let everybody come in. This is our 1 o'clock Tech Thursday. If you don't mind hitting a thumbs up so I know you're here, and also putting a comment in. That way I know. Okay, Bob's here. Hey, Bob, I can see you. Great. It's awesome to see that you're here, so I know that everybody's here. Obviously, you can... hey, good to see you. Vamisha, I want to make sure I say that right. I'm glad you're here. So awesome that you're here with us today. Awesome people are coming in. So we're just giving it a minute to let everybody kind of get in here. And then we're going to get going and start discussing some tech stuff. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to start asking any questions that you want as we get going, and that'd be great. Abby, great to see you. It's good to work with your lunch break. That's awesome. It's good to see everybody. I haven't got the reMarkable 2 yet, Money Mitch. Not yet. It's supposed to be here. Hopefully, I got the notification of that they were checking my address. Trevor, Yorkshire, good to see you. Checking my address. So I should have it soon. No DHL shipping information. So hopefully by next week it will be here. Alan, hey, good to see you, brother. So it's good to see everybody. As I said, just tell me where you're in, come from. We're going to give the Mobiscribe away in a little while. I barely use this device. I just did it for the review, but we will give that up. Stefan, hey, welcome from Belgium. I'm great, Bob. Good to see you. And then obviously in the thing, we've got a lot of different, it's got the stylus and everything brand new. So I'm going to give that away. We'll ship it out to somebody today, which is going to be great. See, we have somebody in from Belgium. That's great. And we're going to talk about tech today. So anything you want to talk about, I ordered the Onyx Lumi and I ordered the Onyx Air Note. I have the reMarkable 2 coming in. I have the Papyr with me here. I've been using it more and more. I got the Quaderno already. I've got the reMarkable 1. We've got a lot of stuff. We got Memphis, Tennessean. Gabriella, hey, good to see you. Hello. Good to see everybody checking in. So we've got a lot of cool things going on. So Bob is asking, have you ever tried using OneNote on any ink device? And no, I have not. But that's one thing that I want to do when the Max Lumi comes in. So I had a lot of different devices that ran Android and the such on there. I'm really anxious to see that. I have been talking to the Papyr team, which is the 13-inch tablet. They're doing some upgrades. They've been discussing that also on how they can integrate in, because they have the Wi-Fi connection into the device. They don't have it yet. That's a brand new device. It's only been out since July. And I have a feeling they're going to do it. But a lot of people are asking that for that, Bob. And I think with the new Onyx products running Android 10, it's definitely going to have a better chance of optimizing into OneNote than other devices. But I'm going to find something for you. I know you've asked that a couple times, and we're going to get that working. By the way, I also have a super note over here that I've been using, the A6X. So if you've got any questions on that, that would let me know. So we've got a reply, Bob, in here that says OneNote was not a good writing experience on my Max 3. And that's probably, one of the issues that we have with the Onyx products. Their writing experience is never as good, or doesn't seem as good as reMarkable and something like that. So it'll be interesting to see what we find. Stefan says the Mont Blanc augmented paper might be something to check out. Heck, Stefan, I need to check that out. All right, I need to see what that's about. I don't even know what that is. So I'm glad you brought that in. I got to add it to my collection of devices and stuff that we have going on. I do have something cool to show you guys. I'll show you this real quick. It just came in today. These are called replica. Let me take one out and I'll show you this. This is really cool. Just sharing with you as we grow the channel. These are called replica surfaces, okay? And what they are is like this surface that you use to take your product shots on. So this is called Ship Shape, which is like a wood panel. And then on the bottom, you can put like this one, and I'll just show you this, which is another replica surface. Let me put this. I got 5 of these, so I can do good product shots for these reviews. Let me just share this with you. This is a slate one. So you put it down before you take your shot. I have a camera or light right in front of me, but you can kind of see it. These are pretty cool surfaces for our reviews, which we'll be making better in the product shots to make our thumbnails better. Because what I'm learning, and I'm not good at YouTube, you know, I'm just learning this stuff, is the thumbnails got to get a lot better because that's what the click-through is, and that's how people find you. Even though we got 9,000 subscribers now, yay, that's what we're working on. So we will check it out. Vamishi, I hope I said that right, it said there were some reviews on the Amazon on the dead pixels problem on the Sony digital paper RP1. I have the Quaderno and the paper, and I have not had dead pixels in either of those devices, and they are built on that platform, by the way. So that paper is built on the platform. It's just a black body, where the Quaderno, I actually keep the Quaderno on a stand over here with my daily planner. It's also on it, and I don't have any dead pixels. Let me click it on. And you can see what I do with that. When the paper has this, I'll probably get rid of this, but let me move it back and get out of the light. So I keep my daily schedule on there, and then my notes, and then I keep this on a 12 South product, and then I keep it like that. So you can kind of see it sits on my desk. And this 12 South product is for an iPad. But no, I haven't had any dead pixels with the Sony basically hardware that I got. This is Sony hardware, and this is Sony hardware, by the way. Hey, Wayne, good to see you here, brother. It's great to see you on here. Have you tried taking notes on the Scribbler feature on the iPad with the new iOS 14? Bob, I have not. So here's the deal. I just was working on that. So, you know, you guys know I'm a coach. Like, that's what I do. We have a big coaching system. I'm very fortunate. Wayne's with us. He's been with us for years. But I'm very fortunate to have a business called morningcoach.com. Since 2005, I've had a podcast, and that's really what I've built. And I haven't done it yet. You know, I have the iPad right here. I was actually going to be working on I'm working on a Pages workbook for my coaching clients. And I just was working with that today. And I was trying to figure out how to do Scribble and Pages, and I couldn't. But I haven't updated this iPad yet, but I will soon, and we will be, I'll give that a shot. The problem I have is the glass feeling. And here, okay, great. You guys we have the best subscribers in the world here. I'm going to say this right. Himanashu. I hope I said that right. I got to pronounce these names better. I hope I said that right. But this is great. So yeah, I do not like the writing experience on here, and I do not want to put the paper-like on here because of the feeling. It just doesn't feel right. Can you get by with it? Yes. I mean, the iPad is great. AJ, good morning. Great to see you. The iPad is great. I mean, the iPad is probably my all-around favorite device. The thing I don't like about it is the writing feel and note-taking feel, right? That's what it is. So I'm excited about it. Daniel, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I've got the Lumi coming in next week. We're going to be doing a lot of challenges. You know, we're going to take the Quaderno on, the paper on. We're going to see, you know, what devices, where does that feel, and you know, where does it play within the framework of these devices. And of course, the new Note Air that they have coming out from Onyx is pretty much kind of a reMarkable knockoff a little bit. And I'm really anxious to see what it's going to be like. Now, that won't be here until October. I ordered it right away, but they're shipping that October 10th from China, so I won't have that for a while. But I will get on it, and we'll see what we got going on. I mean, what's crazy about all these devices, there's none of them that have turned out perfect yet. Like, all of them do their own thing. Like my reMarkable, I love for note-taking. I absolutely love it. What they do is they are a paper replacement. That's it. They're not going to integrate with OneNote. I don't think they'll ever integrate with OneNote, right? Their whole idea is they're replacing paper. And then you have the paper device, which I just love for the collaboration, which is just awesome. I mean, this software in here is second to none. Their customer service is second to none, but their device still needs work, right? There's still some features on it. It's on the Sony platform. So if you like that, it works. And they're working on dual screen. They've actually been, I'll tell you, Quark Logic, I found them. I did some review videos. They went cranked up on my channel, and they have been awesome with me. I've had some meetings with them. They've shown me the split screen because they're the one company that's reading every comment that we put. And so they're going to be putting split screen. They're working on the lag and speed. So this has got some potential if you like the Sony platform because of the company and what they're doing and how good they're doing. So it's interesting, all these different devices. And the Onyx products, I'm really interested in their new releases because they have, you know, again, if you want just a note taker, I don't know if you can beat the reMarkable. I just don't. The reMarkable 2, I don't have it yet. Voya has it, who's a friend of mine, my deep guide. You know, he's been using it. He absolutely loves it. I love my reMarkable 1. But if you want some other functionality, that's when it gets a little bit muddled. Now, I do use my Kobo for reading constantly, and I think it's the best device. I personally think this is the best reader on the market. There's not even anything close to it. You can sideload documents into it, and I use this every night. Right now, I'm reading Bird Box. Perfect form factor if you read books. I think this thing is great. As far as a note taker, I think it's reMarkable. As far as collaboration, it's paper. As far as PDF readers, well, now we're in the Quaderno, and now we're into the Onyx products, right? And then the iPad, obviously, is the overall all-around thing that if you don't mind the glass feel and you're stuck and you got $1,200, that's the thing to buy, right? Because it's going to do, it's a computer. Let's just say what it is. Expensive computer. I mean, it's ridiculous this Magic Keyboard costs what it does, right? But it's a challenge to find that perfect device for your use case. So Daniel says, you're absolutely right about the iPad glass. Have you tried the paper protector? So here's why I don't do it. I watch a lot of movies and videos on here. I don't like the matte screen. That's why I won't do it. I have had the Paper-like on here, but I actually don't like it. Just between me and you, I don't want to ruin that screen. It's a beautiful screen. It's a beautiful screen. And I don't want to ruin that screen. And that's primarily what's going on. I got stuff falling over. I have e-devices all over my desk. I hope you guys don't mind. I mean, Voya is the best. Like my deep guide, he does these real deep, intense reviews. I'm an energy guy. I'm going to tell you how I use these things. And I'm not going to get into the tech specs, all right? I just get them, and I'm building the channel using this, and I'm having fun with it. But I'm going to give you the best things the way that I use, not the technical stuff on it. We got Voya for that. He does a great job. Bob asks, all we need is an e-ink iPad. You know, Bob, I think wouldn't that be crazy, right? And the big thing is color, right? When is color coming? We already got it in readers, so there are some readers that are color-based. Onyx has a few. I honestly don't need a color reader for this. Comics would be cool. I'm not a huge comic book reader anymore at 51, but I still like comics once in a while. But yeah, I think that would be a cool thing. I do think the Onyx products are pretty cool in the fact that you can use it as a monitor. You can use it to read. I think for a PDF reader, it's great. It's just, I don't know about the writing experience. Do you think, Vamisha asks, do you think the paper is better than the Quaderno for reading PDFs? Not at this time. What happens with the paper is the paper transforms it into their file type. So the thing about the paper, and you got to understand about QuickLogic, they have a product that's actually a 48 or I think it's 42-inch e-reader, e-device. It's the biggest in the world. And they have had that for years. And what they did is they found Sony and said, hey, we need something portable that will work with that. And so they've taken that software that they developed years ago and built the hardware. Like they're a Canadian company, and they've put it on this device. So they're working on it. But what happens is with the PDF is it has to transform into this device, and it works as a good reader. The problem I have with it, it doesn't save where you're at, and they're telling me they're going to fix that in the new software coming up. So you kind of get lost. But they've been working on the PDF. They've done some new things. So I would give the Quaderno the lead right now, but I would say that this device is going to catch up real soon. Their file system's really good. I'm telling you, the company's really good. They'll work with you. They'll talk with you. There's some issues with this, but remember, this was a July release. So they were on software version 1.0. They just did another software version. It helped with the battery. The battery still wears down a little bit. They added highlighter to the pen. So it's a cool company. But I would tell you the PDF reader on the Quaderno is a little better at this time. And that's what it does. But I can't stand the file system on this. This is probably my least favorite device. The only reason that I use it right now is for the side-by-side screen. When the paper gets that, and they will, this is going on eBay. I'm going to keep it for kind of, discussions, and reviews for a little while, but then I'll probably get rid of it. It's not a bad device. It's just the others have more things to offer. You know, it's a good reader and it's a good note taker. But then you take the Papyr, who's got collaboration, reader, note taker, a Chrome browser, and some other things. It really kind of takes this out. So that's what it is. Right now, it's in the middle. It's not the best reader. I'd probably say the Onyx is the best reader, but it's probably the best reader and note taker at this moment. The reMarkable is okay, but the reMarkable really has issues as a reader, as you guys know. Even the reMarkable too. So right now, I'm going to tell you I like the reader on the Quaderno better, but I really believe the Papyr's catching up, and they will soon, and I have no reason to doubt that through their customer service. In fact, you can actually reach out to them. They watch every video and comment. Their tech team, their engineers, anytime I do a Papyr video, they're on it, that's the only company that does that. And yes, I'm a small YouTuber, just really getting started, but it's pretty cool that they are involved with that. AJ says, if you have a glass screen but a rubberized stylus tip, does that in some way make up for the lack of pencil or paper feel some tablets give? AJ, at the end of the day, it is about these stylus tips, whether it's the Apple Pencil or the Sony or the reMarkable. The reMarkable nib does such a good job at the feel. I mean, that's what they really did a great job with, is that nib. And the Sonys do a good job. There's a lot of people don't know this. I did a video the other day. There's two Sony nibs. There's one that's a ballpoint pen and one pencil. The pencil is the one I like. It's softer. It feels more like paper. It wears down fast, where the ballpoint pen doesn't wear down at all. The Apple Pencil is just, obviously, it's not going to wear down. And so finding something like that will help. Now, on the Supernote, let me grab my Supernote. Where is that? They actually, where I put my Supernote? I got devices and lenses. Here it is. On the Supernote, they actually have a real interesting concept, and that they did a soft feel on the screen. So they have paper on here, and so their nib never wears down, but it has a real unique writing feel. It is very unique. I can't even describe it. In some ways, it feels very comfortable. It's in between the reMarkable and the iPad, but it's got a different feel to it. And the thing is, the nibs will never wear down. So you may be able to use this on the iPad. You wouldn't be able to because you need the electricity or the charge part of the iPad. But if they ever came up with a soft tip, it may work. That's a great question. But right now, I just don't like writing on the iPad. This has got a real unique feel. So if you're into Supernotes, a couple people, in fact, we have one of our community that is going to be selling her Supernote because she doesn't like the feel. I think it's a love-hate with this. You either love the Supernote or you hate the Supernote. And that's kind of where it is with it, okay? But I appreciate the question, AJ. The one good thing I do love about the Supernote is it opens right up. I use this as a bedtime note taker right now. That's how I'm using it, and obviously for reviews to try to help people make a decision on if the Supernote fits. What's crazy is most of these devices come out of China, so they have long shipping times. The Onyx, the Papyr is in Canada. The problem with the Papyr is it's only shipped in North and South America. I know they're working on that right now. And then the Quaderno is really hard to get. I got mine from eGood Reader, and that's out of Japan. So it's pretty crazy, right, where these devices come from. There's no like U.S. company that's jumped on e-ink. And maybe our market isn't big enough in the e-ink space, right? Or in the tablet replacement space for an e-ink device. But it's an interesting market for sure. Will reMarkable have split screen or address any software issues? Christopher asks. Christopher, reMarkable is an interesting company. I got mad at them because, and not mad, let me rephrase that. Let me take that back. I was curious about them because when the reMarkable 2 was coming out, they didn't send me a review unit. I wasn't upset. It's just everybody, a lot of big guys got them, and I didn't. In my videos, the top 5 or the top 10 at that point were big, right? That was driving this channel. And so I was like, I did a video. And then the VP of Communications reached out to me, and they were actually really cool. But they've got some issues on the communication side. It's like we don't really know what's going on. But I can tell you from reading their blogs and understanding who they are, right, is they don't really want to get into a lot of functionality. They want to keep it as a paper replacement, and they want a simple device. And that's kind of their thought process. Does it mean they'll ever have split screen? Maybe. But really, I think the way that they operate is this is a paper replacement, and it's a simple device. The one thing reMarkable does is they have the most amazing marketing in the world. I mean, it is great. It's reMarkable, right? They have this great marketing, but they've got to keep up with that with production. And I think that's an issue that they have is that they don't, they've got some problems with the communication side of it. They keep up with their software. I don't have a problem with that, but I think they have some issues with the communication side, and that's it, right? But I just think you need to remember, they're never going to be an iPad. They're never going to be a paper or any of these other devices. They are a paper replacement, and if you want a note taker, and that's what you want, it's probably the best paper replacement tablet in the market, right? The reMarkable 2. I would say that without even having it, from watching Voya and going back and forth with him and having that discussion. Right now, it's probably the best just as a note taker, not as a reader, but as a note taker. So great questions. By the way, guys, I'm going to give the Mobiscribe away at the end, so hang in there. And basically what I'll do is probably just have you guess a number. I think that's the best. If you don't mind hitting like on the video too, that helps because this will be up later. But I do want to give this away today, and I have everything with it. It's only been used once. I opened the box, and somebody will be able to use this. And if somebody wants it worse than anybody else and says, hey, I really need that, put it in the comments. I'm going to do my best to make it fair, but I would like to give it to somebody that really needs a device and maybe can't afford it. That's just kind of how I am. Okay. Eduardo says, hey, why is nobody talking about RM2? Batch 1 is already out. I think because most of the people that got it in batch 1 aren't really reviewers. There's a few reviewers that are utilizing it. I know Voya has it, but there's not a lot of news on it. I'm waiting for mine. Believe me, we will be talking about it as soon as we get it, and I will be rocking it for sure as soon as I get the thing. Stefan says the Sony platform scares me off as a bit of the hardware is quite old and will not be upgraded anymore. I think that's a valid point, and I've actually had a conversation with the paper people. Will they go in the hardware business? Because they actually have built their own big Quarks, their big device, right? This huge device. Hopefully I'll get one soon. We've been talking about getting one down here. So they may go into their own device. So if you're into this, and you're really getting into it, and maybe one day they'll transfer their own device, so you probably need to buy another device with them. Quaderno, obviously, they're working. Fujitsu is a big company. So the company that did take this from Sony, Fujitsu's gigantic. So the one saving grace that we got is some of these companies are pretty big, and I do know Quark Logic is just a great company. They care. They're really trying to make this thing work for people. So I understand your concerns. Sony's kind of getting away from it. I don't think the market's big enough for them. I mean, they're into lenses and cameras. I mean, I bought 2 of their new launch cameras this week, right? I mean, they're so big that I think e-ink maybe is just a small market for them. So that's a big thing. Thank you, afternoon. I ordered the reMarkable 2 and it'll be here by November. As a physics student, how do you think it will work with math equations and graphics? It will do great. I mean, the reMarkable, I can say nothing but good things about the way that it acts as a note taker. If you want it to do other things, you will not be happy with it. It is a note taker. That's it. Paper replacement. That's the key, okay? Daniel asks, what about the Surface Pros with OneNote? That's a great question. That is one area I have not invested in. Part of my problem with this channel is I don't get review units. So I have to buy all these things. So I have a limited budget. This channel makes about $1,000 a month with some affiliate commissions. And so I reinvest that right back into the channel into buying devices. I'm backwards this month. My wife thinks I'm absolutely crazy. I'm like, hang in there. We're going to build this up. I'm looking at it as a business investment. I do need to buy some Surface Pros. I need to buy one, to have one. I've been an Apple guy all my life. I've got Macs and iPads, but I've never went the Surface Pro side. And it could be a great alternative for a lot of people. But I think it's kind of like the iPad too. Probably has that same writing feel, I would assume. Wayne, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the matte feel on the iPad. If you do, man, home run, right? If you like the matte feel, get the Paper-like, you're probably good to go. You've got something awesome. Thank you. Your videos are great. I appreciate it. I'm working hard. We are all waiting for that reMarkable 2. I can't wait. And yeah, it's a shame, Gyps123, that the Papyr is not available in Europe. It will be soon. I know they're working on it. And I don't know if that's a contractual thing with Sony or what the deal is or why they don't ship. I haven't really got into that with them, but I know they don't yet, and they're trying to do that. Is it possible that Amazon, Apple, or Google will join the e-ink revolution? Now, that's the question. If Amazon sees enough sales of a particular product, what if they create one, right? What if Apple or Amazon? I think Apple is not going to do it. I think the one you got to look for is Amazon because they like to capture markets. And they are in it. They have their readers, right? Even though I like the Kobo much better. This is my favorite reader, and I got a couple of their readers. I would look for them maybe one day to get in there. I don't know the market share. As I'm building my channel with tech, I've been in this for a couple months. What happened was a couple years ago, my reMarkable video hit 200,000 views. And that's why I told my wife, you know, my business is podcasting and coaching. That business is going great. I got masterminds. And I told her, I want to do this. This is kind of fun. I want to learn cameras. So I set up a studio. And because that took off so much, I'm kind of in this e-ink space. So I'll do some market research. It's what I love to do anyways. And let's see how big this market is. Is it a 500,000, 500 million? I mean, I don't even know what the e-ink market is to see these guys jumping into it. If it's big enough. And, you know, for small companies, it's great. You know, it's 10 million, 20 million, 30 million in sales. I don't know. But can you build a 7-figure, you know, $100 million business on an e-ink platform? Is there enough money? Is there enough volume? We obviously see it, but I don't know if there is enough. I find it interesting that a lot of my watchers out of the 9,000 are international. I don't know how much e-ink is really taken off in the United States. In fact, pre-COVID, when I had my devices out, people were like, what the heck is that? When I'd walk around with my reMarkable. Really has the cool factor, because a lot of people have iPads. I don't think a lot of people even know these devices exist in the macro. So I will get back to you with that, and we will talk about that too. Andrew says the number of packages you get in the mail make my Amazon session seem like a hobby. I know. Andrew, I get so many Amazon packages. And BH Photo now, because I'm buying these lenses. I'm really going to try to make this channel great. I watch Casey Neistat and those guys, and I'm like, man, one day I'd like to be able to make videos that good. But, man, it's a lot of work. But I'm going to do my best. Wait, Lenovo has an interesting e-ink with color dual screen, although they have a hobble. They hobble the e-ink screen. Have you tried it? No, that's a good one, Daniel. I will check that out. Thank you. That's what I love about the subscriber base. Like I tell you, you know, everybody's got a YouTube channel, right? And there's a lot of these things going on. But this subscriber base that are into these e-ink devices and tech are the smartest people. I mean, I just have pleasure and joy in coming here and speaking because you guys bring me things to go try. The paper came from a subscriber. One day I was doing a reMarkable video and somebody put in the comments, have you seen the new paper? I ended up ordering it, put the video up, 10,000 views. A paper calls me. Their videos are getting 100 views. They're like, what did you do? And like people are ordering these things and saying, JV told me to order. And I'm like, I don't know. And like, I'm now an influencer. Look, that's the last thing I want to be. I just want to have fun and help other cool people. Yeah, I'm 51 years old. I'm having fun. You know, I'm not a YouTube guy. And so I just want to bring my energy and help people as much as possible. Trevor asks, books looks interesting and loving the Super A6X. Be interested to see the comparison. I will definitely do a comparison. Just got the reMarkable one, and as I wanted it immediate and loved it so far. Trevor, you're in you're with us, brother, right? You've got the addiction. All these devices do different things. I will definitely talk about the books. I would like to know how you feel about the Super A6X compared to the reMarkable writing feel. If you don't mind putting in the comments what writing feel do you like, because that A6X is really hard. I can't describe the writing feel. It's not like writing on glass. It's not like writing on paper. It's like soft, and the nib doesn't wear out. I can't even describe it. It's kind of like, I guess, writing on plastic. I don't know. Ceramic nibs are the best. Yeah, they are cool. Gyps asks, do you know why the paper is not available in Europe? I do not know why it's available in the EU. Maybe something contractually with Sony. I don't know. I haven't got into it with them, but I will get a little deeper with them. I know they're working on it. The company line that I get from their head of marketing is, you know, we're getting a lot of requests from Europe. We're working on it. I do know that I think you can buy one from Good eReader, and they will send you one to Europe. Like there's some back channels that people are getting them, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I don't want to really cover that too much, okay? Do you feel any lag on the Onyx books while using it? I don't have the Onyx books. I had the Onyx Books Max 2, and I really hated it, the writing experience. That is just me. I'm just going to tell you, I did not like the writing experience. I thought it was a great device. Sometimes I would use it like with a Bluetooth keyboard, a little bit of lag to write my books. I also write books, by the way. But right now I'm using a Google Pixel, which I have as a notebook as a writer, and I really like it. So I use a Google Pixel Go as my writing computer, and that's how I write my books. But yeah, there was a little lag, and we got to wait till I get the Lumi. The problem I have with the two Onyx products I just ordered is the old pencil is with the Lumi, and the Note Air has the new pencil. And so it looks like the Note Air is the reMarkable 2 competitor, and the Lumi is a Book Max with a light on it. But I don't know that yet until I get it next week. That will be here next week, and I'll be doing that. Stefan says the Apple Pencil does wear down. My Apple Pencil has a metal coming through the tip. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I bought it. It sits on my computer. I use it once in a while. Like I said, my iPad is still my favorite device. I just have never gotten into using the pencil that much. Alex says, thank you for doing this. Thank you. I ordered the reMarkable 2. It'll be here in November. As a physicist student, how do you think it'll work with math equations? You'll think it'll be the write to text will work well. Again, I think it'll work fine with math equations. The text to OCR, that's what they call that, is done by a third party. A lot of these devices do that. Papyr's talking about doing it. Basically, what you do is you send it up the net, they transcribe it and send it back. That's why you got to be connected to the internet. It works okay. I have horrible handwriting, so it doesn't work for me, right? But if you have great handwriting, you may be okay. OCR really is about the quality of your handwriting. It just, for me, it's always been faster just to type it out than it is to try to get the OCR stuff working. It's just never worked for me. So I've never gotten into it that heavy, but it could for you if it worked out for you. Does reMarkable 2 really have 2 weeks of battery life? Just sounds too good to be true. XI, Epic, Cisco. I think that does sound too good to be true. I don't have it yet, so I can't say no. The reMarkable 1 lasts a long time. Maybe it does. I mean, it standbys when you're not using it. It's just an e-ink device. I think the thing that they have to do is shut off the Wi-Fi connection. So if they shut off your Wi-Fi, that really drains the battery. If it's in sleep mode, it probably could last a long time. I will test that for you when I get it. I don't have it. Andrew says, I'm really looking forward to something that will let me take PDF files, fill them in with, and then write a text box and then transfer them to Dropbox. Papyr may be your device, Andrew. It won't be perfect, but it has a Dropbox feature right built into it, and you can go back and forth. What I would do, Andrew, if I were you, I would set up a demo and just reach out to them, and I can do some videos, but I would reach out to Quirks Logic and say, hey, this is what I want. Show me how it works, because I know that one area of emphasis with them is their PDF development and their side-by-side screen. So that's coming soon. But I would reach out to them because the Quaderno could work, but I really think that you may have issues with it. And I do know that the Onyx products work great for PDFs. It's just that exporting and importing with Dropbox, Papyr's integrated it with it. It works great. I use it with Google Drive, not Dropbox, but it's the same thing. I bring documents in and out of it like crazy. That's one thing I like, is they have this awesome software. I mean, personally, if they had the reMarkable hardware, nobody could beat it. Like if they had the reMarkable, even reMarkable 1 hardware, nobody would beat Papyr. The issue is they're limited to kind of this Sony framework, right? So they've got to work within the framework. And it works, but as people have mentioned, it's just older. And that's kind of the issue here. So it's causing a little problem. But it works. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's just that's the hardware that they have currently. And it works. It's just not the reMarkable, right? So that's where your issue may be. And the one issue I will warn you about PDFs, and they're working on this, is it doesn't remember where you are. So you got to put a little mark. So I put a mark, and then it takes me back. But one cool thing about the Papyr is you can mark it up in different colors. You can export and import. It's got a lot of features. I just think, Andrew, I would reach out to them and maybe set up a demo for what you want, and they'll work with you. They're really cool. They're working with us here on the channel. I will give them, the Quirks Logic team, by far the best customer support and customer service of any of these devices. There's absolutely nothing else close to it. They will actually set up a demo when you buy it, right? They're that good. Lazy Man, what's up, my man? Good to see you on here. Will you test the Onyx Air with and without the screen protection? Yes, I will. The Onyx Air will not be here till October 10th. Well, it's shipping October 10th, but as soon as I get it, I will be on that. Sony should release a digital Papyr 3. You know, I'm hearing, little birdies as I'm getting into this, Sony's getting out of this business. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do if they stick with digital Papyr. Again, they're making cameras. Like if you see their cameras and their TVs, they got so many things going on. But with Fujitsu coming in, it'll be interesting to see because Fujitsu's a pretty big company too, but that would be cool. I'm with you, Andrew. Bob, thank you. Maybe you can reach out to the Papyr team too. Would be a good thing. Thompson asks, I think number guessing is fair. A student here, looking forward to the giveaway, but also enjoying the discussion here as always. You rock, Thompson. I really appreciate it. No sound. I think that is only for you. Everybody else is hearing this, I think, Allie. Yep, only you. I was muted. Good. I'm glad you're on. Did you hear anything about the Mooning Pro? I have not heard about the Mooning Pro. It's in my comments. I will be Googling that as soon as I get done for sure. I'm curious about your reading perspective on reading ebooks on some of the larger screen devices. I know you use the Kobo. Yes, I love the Kobo. They're all good. The Papyr's good. The Quaderno's good. The reMarkable's decent. There's just no perfect one at the 13.3 inch. Like I said, the Quaderno reads a little better right now. It's got just a little bit better features, but the Papyr's catching up. And I think the Onyx is where the reader is just awesome. And plus you can put the Amazon software on there. A little bit of lag, but I will be doing those videos next week as they come in. So I'll be rocking with that. Are we talking about the Surface Pro 7 or the Pro X? I don't know. I got to get into the Surface Pro. I am not a Surface Pro guy, but I need to buy some. That's something that I want to do. Take care during testing and recording that there are no Onyx Air nibs to buy at the moment, and it comes with only one. Wow, that's a great point. Again, we have the smartest subscribers. This is a community, not a channel. Everybody's helping each other. I didn't know that, and that's interesting. Really interesting. Paulo, I really appreciate the giveaway. Here in Brazil, it's really hard to get a hand on these e-ink devices, so your videos come in handy to get more knowledge in this market. No problem, Paulo. I love it. You know, I work with a gentleman out of Brazil, or have known him. He's a good friend of mine, Erico Roca. He does a big business down there in internet marketing. He's a good friend of mine. I actually have a lot of Brazilian clients. I actually coach a few Brazilian clients. And just a side note, I have a house. I actually have a couple apartments in South America. My wife is Colombian. She hasn't been here since March because of the coronavirus. So I actually travel back and forth to Colombia. I usually live a month of the year in Ibagué, Colombia. We got a nice place there. I also have a place in Bogota. So my heart is with South America. I love it there. Hopefully I'll get to see my wife again one day. A lot of people complain about a lot of things. I'm not a complainer. We have a great life. Luckily, we have a car and stuff down there. We've been very blessed. She has her own business. I've been able to build my own business. So we're very blessed. But it is kind of sad that we haven't been together, and we probably won't be together till November. But I'm doing okay. I'm focusing on my YouTube. So it's good. Voya's going to review so many devices soon. I know. Me and Voya, we're going at it. I love Voya. So, Tina, what works with Voya is the deep guy, and I'm the fun guy, right? And Voya's fun, too. I love Voya's reviews. Like, I'm the first guy that will go watch him. And he does that 20-minute review, and I learn from it. And it's like, okay, these are the 3 things I need. And typically that's what I share, right? So we have a great kind of 1-2 punch. His channel's at 9,000 subscribers. My channel's at 9,000 subscribers. He's over there across the pond. I'm in the United States. So it's a really cool, and he's super cool. I love Voya. So that's great. Eric, hey, here's another Brazilian. That's great. The only one that I know in Brazil, it's so hard to get ink, and the taxes and stuff to bring them in is crazy. I know it's hard to get down there. I have a big heart, a spot in my heart for Brazil. What do you think that Amazon ignores enhancing their e-ink platform? Kindle DX plus note writing would be a killer product. Bang Guy, I'm with you. I think the Kindle DX with note writing, again, I think it comes down to market size. Do we have $1 billion market here, or do we have a $300 million market? I don't know the market size of e-ink devices. I need to research that, right? And I think that's why Sony's pulling out. Is this a big enough market to support a massive e-ink device? If it was, Apple would obviously be jumping in and Amazon would be jumping in. Maybe they know something we don't. We got to figure that out. Hey, how you doing? Savon, you did convince me to order the RM2, not being an influencer. Thanks. I'm not an influencer. Zubar, when am I getting my RM2? I got the notice. I was batch 1. This is what's so weird. I was batch 1. They moved me to batch 2. They didn't send me a review unit. I'm not upset about that, even though it sounds like I'm being passive aggressive. I'm really not. They didn't send me a review unit. And then I got an email last week saying, is your address correct? My understanding that it takes 10 days to ship after that, the batch 1 people are saying. So probably next week, I should get the Onyx Lumi. I should get the reMarkable 2. All that should be coming in next week. And I got a couple other devices. So there's tons of stuff coming. And then October, I got the Lumiere coming, or the Note Air coming. So I've got 3 or 4 devices that will be here in the next couple weeks. We'll be hammering reviews and comparisons. You guys will be getting a lot from me at that point. And by the way, Papyr has told me they got another update coming up real soon, and I'll be doing the updates with them. Like I said, a great company. Okay, Onyx Air Pin has no build and eraser function. No, I know, and that's interesting. I'm anxious to see the new pin to see what it does. The Wacom nibs wear down a lot faster now than they used to. Hey, you know, they're consumables, right? Part of their business. It's kind of like tires. right? You'd think they'd make a tire that could last forever. Really, you think about it, right? Why would they make a tire last forever? They want to make some money. And follow the money. That's what I always say. Have you reached out to Nettronics? Sony outsourced DPR hardware made in Taiwan. Nettronics, to my understanding, with that. No. Daniel, again, great point. I will check out Nettronics and see what's going on. It's interesting. Sony is outsourcing a lot of the hardware to a lot of places, but I will check this out, Daniel. Once again, great research for me to go after. RM2 wrote 90 days of standby. That could be right. Can we sideload any apps on the Papyr? Not yet. You cannot sideload on here yet, but there may be a possibility of some time. I know they have Chrome on here. I'm sure there's a chance. I don't use this as a browser. I never have. You can zoom in and stuff, but I just don't use it as a browser. Great question. Are you excited about the reMarkable 2? Yes, I'm super excited about reMarkable 2. I am a junkie. I am a nerd. I am just dedicated to this e-ink space. I love it. And more importantly, I love it for the community here and giving people options. I'm trying to create a channel which is not only educationally based, but also a fun place to come. You know, one of the things I'm known for is my energy, and I want to give that energy. I want to be entertaining and build the channel to help as many people as I can. That's what it's about. They are the hardware source for the 13 3-inch devices. That's great to know, Daniel. I'm going to research Nettronics after this show. Maybe even do some discussions on that. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Supernote connects flawlessly with Dropbox. I appreciate that. Yes, it does. I just haven't used that feature. Again, Supernote is one of those wonderful devices that you either love or hate, and mine's around here somewhere. And I just, like, the feel of it is really weird. So it's going to be, you're either going to love it or hate it. I actually like it. It's not the reMarkable. It's not the Papyr Sony devices, but it's an interesting device. That's for sure. Hey, Akko, it's good to see you. AJ, I'm in the beginning phase of making a YouTube channel for 50 plus in general health and being, and wonder if you are any tablets for teleprompting. AJ, great question. I do not. I do have some teleprompters here, but I am not a teleprompter guy. In fact, I don't enjoy a teleprompter. I just go off script too much. So I don't. But I think your best bet is the iPad. And the teleprompters that I've seen are ones that connect to the iPad and actually a software, and it's green, and you can put the camera right through it, and they work real well. I have one around here somewhere. I just don't use it. I spent like $600 on a teleprompter years ago because I do course videos, right? So I do launches and stuff. So this isn't the only thing I use my equipment for. But if you're going to use a teleprompter, I would dig into it, and I wish I knew it. It was like e-teleprompting. But typically, a lot of people are using iPads with these glass front teleprompters, and the iPad is going through it, and you're just reading on the glass. So do some research on that. I think there's some YouTube videos that might help you on that. Alan, OneSync and Dropbox work flawlessly on the Books devices to sync OneDrive and Dropbox respectively. Alan is our Books guy. I appreciate it. I know he loves his. Alan, I finally bought 2 Books products. They will be here next week. We can have a chat about that. I love it. And Alan, thank you so much. I love my reMarkable one, but I still prefer a good fountain pen. I have my Mont Blancs. At the end of the day, I still love pen and paper too. I don't do it too often anymore. I've actually moved to Rocket Books, and I've done some video on Rocket Books with the erasable ink, and that way I'm being environmentally conscious, right? I'm being environmentally conscious. I'm not going to go there, but I'm going to go there. So I don't use a lot of paper anymore. But there is something about that feel that is awesome, right? Lover program, what time is it where you are? 10:36 a.m. It is 1:44 in the afternoon here. We're going to start doing these Thursdays at 1, so please put them on your calendar, and I will talk about all the different kinds of launches. I'll be giving stuff away. That's the way it is. I'm a pencil and ballpoint person. Brian, good to see you. KC, greetings from El Salvador. Good to see you here. Voya gave a new name to the Papyr today in his video. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I don't know if he enjoyed it or not, or if he likes it. I love Voya, though. E-ink market is valued roughly at $500 million US for 2020. Thompson, thank you. That's what I needed. So $500 million. Is it worth getting into that market? Amazon, is it worth a $500 million play? That's what we got to look at. Do you think Kindle users would be interested in an e-ink writer as well? I would think so, And again, we got to see how that is. Okay, here we go. Another one, $460 million in 2020. So we're getting some research. God, I love our community. It's the best, right? I said I'm going to research it. Boom, we got the answers. So I don't know if that's big enough for the big boys. Is that big enough for them to go try to acquire a portion of that? Because they're going to get a sliver of it, right? So I wonder how much of that reMarkable is. So is reMarkable a $100 million company yet? It's interesting, right? $100 million is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money in a big company kind of way, right? Interesting. Love your videos. Love you for watching. Thank you. Please also test the colors with the Onyx Air. I will. I'll check that. Erico is a master marketer. Got to pick his brain to get his ink market developed. You know, Paulo, Erico's a friend of mine. And it's funny, when I was in a mastermind with Erico, Jeff Walker's, the launch one, right? So anyways, Erico used to look at my business and go, how the heck do you make money? You don't even use Google Analytics. You're not even a marketer. You're 100% correct. I am not a marketer. My business has all been built on word of mouth and just my energy and people coming together and me helping people. But Erico's awesome. In fact, if you Google or if you go on YouTube and search Erico and Morning Coach, you'll see 2 interviews that Erico did of me. And that's where I got a lot of Brazilian people that have come onto my side, is because Erico has interviewed me. And as you know, in Brazil, he's huge, but I've actually been on his show a couple times, which is crazy. Hi, Al, would you be using the books Max Lumi as your browser? And would you use it instead of your iPad? Great question. Probably won't. I love my iPad. I'm just going to put it out there bluntly. I love my iPad. So, I'll see though. Let me get it and I will see. They have a new software that makes it easier to browse. So they could have something that I may use, but I got to see it. I'm a pencil guy, same thing. So I use that setting on there. Gabrielle says, after your last live stream, I ordered an iPad and we'll probably keep the reMarkable 2. Will you please do a video on how to make them work together? It's a great one, and I will do that. I will get the iPad and the reMarkable 2 and how I use those two. That's a great question. Alan, it's coming. The screen reMarkable 2 is less rough than the reMarkable 1, so that would prevent the nibs from diminishing quickly than before. Going to be interesting. Should have my reMarkable 2 next week. We'll be testing that, okay? Have you already talked about the new Onyx Books products? We've had some discussions about the Lumi and the Note Air. The Lumi is kind of the old Max Books product. I can tell just because they didn't upgrade the pencil with a light. I think that's what it is. The Note Air is a new one, man. It looks like they got layers. They got a new pencil. They got a new kind of writing surface, a new screen. That might be a reMarkable challenge. They may be throwing it out there. Daniel, thank you. I appreciate that. I love the critical and the enthusiasm and the person. I appreciate that. Trevor, Apple may just wait and buy up the big player and just integrate in the future. I coach some CEOs at a high level, and one of the things that we do is always work on acquisition strategy. You're 100% right, Trevor. The fastest way to grow a company is just acquire it. And if they wanted to, they could go buy reMarkable, and I'm sure they would sell, right? It's just depending. I think so. I love the comments, you guys talking back and forth. This is great. AJ says, I'm so glad you brought up the Rocketbook. I'm actually taking notes on this video with one right now. Just with the racing was a little bit more precise. I agree with you. That's so important. That is an issue, is the racer. I always get that pin, and then I use it on the golf course sometimes, and if it gets wet, I ruin everything. We have the question about security. I'm not a security guy. But these Sony devices have a different type of security than other devices that makes them a little stronger. I know the reMarkable is password protected. I am not the guy to talk about security, and I need to get into that better because I do get questions about that, and we will be working on that. So let's give away the Mobiscribe. Is there anybody that really needs it? It's hard for me to ship this to Brazil because of the tax. If anybody just wants to put in a number that wants to get in here, I got a number in my head, 1 to 100, and whoever gets closest to it, we will give the Mobiscribe away. Like I said, it's a little difficult for me to ship internationally, but I'll do my best to help you if we can come up with somebody. But if we have somebody here that really needs it, if you don't really need it, then I would love to have somebody that really needs a device that they could use to ship this out to them this week. Do you have plans for video about note-taking techniques? Yes, I'm going to be doing note-taking techniques. Here's what I'm doing with the channel. I'm trying to do videos every single day. I'm trying because that's the way you grow the channel, right? So I'm going to have some productivity channels, and we're going to work on that. So Bob's in at 80, so that's great. So what I got is I have not a Patreon, but basically I have the numbers are coming in. Great, guys. Keep the numbers coming. I've got one in my head. And I've got a plan to do, I don't have a Patreon, but I have a Morning Coach /support page. And basically we did it through our own system. So it's like $5, $10, $20. But I may go to Patreon, which may be a little bit easier to use. But I haven't got there yet. I don't think the channel's bigger. I know Voya just launched one, which is great. I'll talk to him and see how it works. So we got a 58, 55, 48, 37, 51, a 70. Okay. Will it be hard to read technical document on a 10.3-inch device? No, it's okay. I did a video on the Quaderno reading. If you look for that, that'll be there. Larissa said 17. Daniel said 28. My number is 80. 221 from Misha. I need it within 1 and 100. 76, 18, 89, 33, 22. Wayne, you know I love 22, Wayne. You know that's my number, but I can't do that here because Morning Coach people would walk in and take the thing. 23. All right, so let's see. Let me see if anybody, where is the closest? We're going to end this. Let's see where we're at. I had 61. So I'm in it right now. Let's see what the last one is. And I was at 61. So let's see where we're at. Okay, I'm in it right now. So I was on 61. So let's see. Okay, 61. So do we have anybody in the 60s? Let's see. Can somebody look in the comments and see, we got anybody in the 60s? Let's see. Trevor's 51. There's 10 off. I had 61. Bank Guy's 55. That's pretty close. 80 is a little high. So I think 55 is the closest to 61, right? Wayne, you thought it was going to be 22, didn't you? Is there anybody that's closer than 55? Let's see. Anybody closer than 55? I love doing these giveaways. We're going to give away stuff every time we do this. I don't see anybody closer than 55. I don't see anybody closer than 55. Is there anybody closer than 55? I cut it off. So Bank Guy, I have Bank Guy up here at 55. Let's see. I think it's Bank Guy. Yeah, it's Bank Guy at 55. So I have Bank Guy at 55. I had Tim come in late. You came in late. I said no afterwards. Let's see. No. Someone had 59. Who had 59? Somebody see 59? Who had 59? Did somebody have 59? I had 61. Who had 50? Who had 59? Did somebody have 50? I don't see a 59 in here. I think it's Bank Guy. Let's see. The Bank Guy's got like 18 in here. All right, one more. We're going to do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. I got a number because this is just too crazy. I got a number from 1 to 100. All right, hey, here's the deal. Bank Guy, you won. 55, Bank Guy, you won. Do me a favor, shoot me a message at YouTube, YouTube at morningcoach.com. YouTube at morningcoach.com. I think I can put this in text. We're gonna give it to Bank Guy. Believe me, guys, we're gonna be doing a lot of these, and I will be able to help everybody out. YouTube at morningcoach.com. Send me your address. Okay, and we can do that. Send me your address. Bank Guy's got it, and that's what we're gonna do. YouTube and I think, can you see that on the screen, guys? Can you see that address? Anybody wants to get me, that would be great. And we will be giving out a lot of different things in these, so don't worry. We'll be doing some other stuff, and I'm gonna come up with a creative way to do this that makes it a little bit easier. Right, stop also in the chat next time. Okay, I will. Lazy, thank you. You guys are great. Remember, guys, with me, I'm just getting started with this. So if I make some issues along the way with this stuff, just hang in there with me. You know, just hang in there with me because I'm doing it with the best intention. You know me. I'm doing it the best intent to do these things right. And I play no favorites. I have no idea who Bank Guy is. But it's great that he won the Mobiscribe. And I will be giving... you guys love this. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. All right. But what I need is likes. I need subscribes. And I need you to help me with the channel. You help me with the channel, I can do more giveaways, and we're going to start having a lot of fun here, okay? So as always, like I say, this is a community, not a channel, and I appreciate that. What he won? He won a brand new, I used it for, just so everybody can see, I used it for one review. It's a Mobiscribe. So it's an e-ink device. It will be sent off, even with the packaging stuff. So we'll send that off this week. You'll have it this week, Bank Guy, okay? Appreciate it. No, we're not in cahoots, Sean. I have no idea who Bank Guy is. I promise. And I think we need some transparency here. Bank guy, when you get this thing, you got to post a photo or something on social media and let me know so people know that it's a real deal, okay? I appreciate it. And you guys, hey, get in the comments, will you, on my videos. I appreciate you guys being a part of this. Like I said, I'm trying to build community here. There's so many channels out there, right? I'm trying to make this different than any other channel. And my videos, look, some of them are going to suck. I'm going to tell you right away. I'm trying to do 300 to 360 videos a year, 350 videos a year. So some are going to suck, but we're going to have fun here. And I'm going to give you some good energy. And I'm going to do my best. And as long as you guys support the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that alert bell. I'm going to keep doing my best to answer questions. I try to answer every single comment. We just hit, 9,000 subscribers. Once we get to 10,000, we get merch. I'm really excited about that. And we're going to, less interest rates. I love it. And we're going to keep putting energy out there. So, I appreciate you guys. I always say at the end of my podcast, I love you. I do. I don't think you guys really understand it. I love this. Like, I love to help people. This is what I am here. And I just can't wait. There's a picture of Bank Guy in the background. I love this, guys. It's just awesome. So anyways, I'm going to go get some food. You guys rock. Next Thursday. Jeez, I can't even think about this. 1 p.m. We'll do another giveaway. I don't know what I'll give away. Something. We're going to keep giving stuff away. So we'll see you next Thursday at 1 p.m. I'll figure out a better way to do this. You guys rock. You really do. Thank you for supporting the channel. And we're going to have a lot of fun here. All right. Go have a great day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week live. And then I'll see you on the channel here. So every Thursday, we're doing 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Go have a great one. Love you guys. Thank you.